And now you know that this is the day that the music died. Isn't that cool? What's y'all's thoughts on that? Who knew that? Did anybody know that? I didn't know that. Okay, Lisa didn't know that. Dr. Brent, I can't believe you didn't know that. That's amazing. It's just touching, though, right? I mean, we could sit here and we could break that song down. You know, we could spend the next 2 weeks breaking that song down to just the lyrics and going through all the stuff that we experienced through that song. And I love what Mel said. That's held the record for the longest sold for decades, over 8 minutes now. So you know that I have a radio background. So when I was in radio, that's one of the songs that we could play if we had to go to the bathroom. The other one that we would play would be Elvis Presley's American Trilogy, which would give you plenty of time to get the job done. That's back before we had the computers and all that. We were actually spinning records, right? But yeah, just touching. Beth said, "Wow." Now, Beth, can you talk? What was your? Let's hear your reaction.
Well, I had no idea that song. First of all, it doesn't even seem like 8 minutes to me.
Yeah.
I think, I know the lyrics and I'm familiar with the song. I didn't realize it was 8 minutes, and that's impressive to hold a record for that length of time. Yeah. What eclipsed it? What took the record?
I don't know. I don't know what the record is now. Mel, try to look that up for us. What's the record? And now probably someone's got a 40-hour song or something. People try to outdo everything. But what was your reaction about knowing now it's about the deaths of those 3 gentlemen, just knowing all that went on? I mean, y'all, Waylon Jennings could have easily been on that plane. Now, for those of you who don't know Waylon Jennings, correct me if I'm wrong, I grew up watching Dallas on Friday night and Dynasty on Thursday night and the Dukes of Hazzard on Friday night, did the thing, wasn't it Waylon that did the theme song to the Dukes of Hazzard? So y'all know Waylon Jennings, right? I mean, he could have, country music star, could have easily been on that plane. It's just incredible when you go, all those guys that were on the plane, and probably it sealed their fate in history. They were bigger in death probably than they were in life. And we know we hear that only the good die young, right? Wasn't it, what's his name? Only the good die young. Help me.
Billy Joel?
Billy Joel, thank you. My mind's not working. Anyway, good stuff. So I won't spend more time on that. I just thought that was really interesting. So next time that you hear that it's February the 3rd, you will know that February 3rd, 1959 was the day that the music died. And what a tribute to that. All right, so let's get started. I want to go back and I want to visit. Some of you are having trouble on selling your put. And I want to make sure we go back and show you how to sell your put, okay? So most of you chose SPY. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my setup with you guys. So you'll all have your setup. So how do you do this? You click this little cog wheel. Uh-oh, am I sharing? Can y'all see my screen? Just make sure everybody sees it. Yep, okay. So click the little cog wheel, and I'm going to share my screen with you. So you need to copy this, share my workspace. Okay. Share workspace. Okay. And then I'm going to put it into be here with us. Okay, so now you need to click on that little thing and copy it and paste it. And then here's what you're going to do. You're going to open your Thinkorswim platform like this, open the little cog, and you're going to go open shared item. And you're going to right click, or not right click, you're going to do Control V to share that. And then you'll hit the preview button. They'll load it. And then you're going to click on the import. And so that will give you pretty much my screen, right? It'll give you kind of my settings and all of that. But what you do is you put in the symbol.
That's going to be for everything though, right? The monitor screen, the scan.
Should be everything, right? That's really everything. So then we'll type in SPY into the trade tab. Make sure everybody knows. And I told you to go closest to about 45, 50 days out, right? That's where I want you to kind of be. So You know, here's 43, 50, 46. So let's go 43. And I'm going to ask you questions about why later. I just want you to sell a put first. So then you need to go make sure this says delta and probability of being in the money. You're selling one that has a 30% probability of being in the money, which means it has a 70% ability that's not going to be in the money. Well, you say, don't I want it in the money? No, if you're selling an option, you want that option to expire out of the money, which means that the price of SPY would be above your strike price at expiration. So I said a 30 delta. So 30 delta means either 30 over here, 0.30, or 30%. And when I say delta, I mean probability of being in the money. So I'd rather you use probability of being in the money, 30%. So you go over to 30%. Now, here's where some of you are missing it. So 30% probability is right here. Now, you may not see all of those. So you got to make sure that you see all the strikes, because some of you are probably opening it up and it looks something like this. And you're going, oh my gosh, Bob, I don't see a 30. There's a 50. There's a 54. Where's my 30? The reason is you don't have all your strikes. So all the strikes. And we'll scroll down to 30%. Now, you got to make a decision when you get down here. And the 30% is, do I click on the bid or the ask? Well, I'm selling it. So that means I'm going to receive money for selling it. So you're going to be most disadvantaged in this. So you're going to choose the bid. You're going to sell on the bid because you're going to receive less money than you would have received if you did the ask. Now, some of you are clicking on the ask, and you see this says that you're buying an option. You are not buying an option. You are selling an option. So you click on the bid. Now, here's where another thing that is messed up on some of you. Some of you are selling 10 because that's what your default says. I don't want you to sell 10 options because that's 1,000 contracts. I want you to sell one contract. So you got to make that -1. So you're selling -1 at a limit order, right? And you can move it up a penny, you know. So think about it. If you don't get filled at $6.99, you got to decrease your credit a little bit to $6.98, $6.97 to disadvantage yourself a little bit so that you eventually get filled. What does fill mean? Fill means your order was executed, but you should definitely be filled at the NAT price, natural price, mid price. Mid is the price in between the bid and the ask. The NAT is the natural price that should fill you. Okay. So then you click on confirm and send. And here's what you do. Now, some of you just took a picture of this and provided it. Even though it says the break-even strike, I want you to write on here or to do it within your narrative. The break-even is this. So even though it says this, I want to make sure you know where it's at. I don't want you to assume that I know where it's at. So my break-even price is at 421. So SPY was last at what, 449. My break-even on this is 421. So if the price goes down below 421.01, I start losing money. If it's above this, I make it. My maximum profit is $699. My maximum loss is $42,000. People see that and freak out because, oh my God, I could lose $42,000. Yes. But what if you bought the stock today at 449? If you bought SPY at 449, how much could you lose if SPY went to zero? And the answer is you could lose $44,987. Everybody with me? The credit received is the credit minus the commission that you pay. So I pay 55 cents. So I'd be getting $698.45. The buying power effect, what is this? This means that this is the amount of collateral that you got to put up. So say I had a $12,000 account. I got $12,000 in my account. Could I make this trade? Yeah. But it's actually a little bit big because it's taken over half of my buying power. My buying power of a $12,000 account, let's just say theoretically, is $12,000. So then it says my resulting buying power for stock is I got $8,000 left over. Okay. Then it says my options buying power is negative. Well, that's because I got all these negative, or I've got all these options trades in here. This is an actual account, okay, not a paper account. So this is what I want you to do. Now, after this, I want you to hit send. And I want you to get this order filled. So if you're doing this at night after the market closes at 4 p.m. Eastern time, then you're not going to be able to get filled. Well, theoretically, you could, I guess, for the next couple of minutes. But if you're doing this outside the market, you're not going to be filled. You're going to need to do this inside the market. So you may need to download Thinkorswim to your phone as an app. You can do it there. It looks a little different. Maybe our next class, I'll get that on there so you can do that. But you got to know how to do this, because we got people teaching finance that don't know how to do this. They don't know how to improve their cost basis on stock. Oh, I'll just go out and buy me 100 shares at $450. Well, you are an idiot. When you could sell a put, get $700. I don't know about y'all, but $700 might buy me a ticket to see Elton John. All right? Get me some $700. And then if the stock goes down below the stock price, I'm going to get my stock instead of $449. So you got to send this again, right, and get it filled. If you don't get filled, what do? You go to the monitor, you look at your working orders, and you right click and you do cancel and replace. Cancel and replace the order until you get it filled. Okay, let's go back to the trade tab. So I want you to know, so you would be buying SPY if you're bullish at 450. Surely you would be happy to buy 100 shares at 428. Now, here's where some of you are missing it in your analysis. Some of you in your analysis are saying, because the question I asked you is this: dear friend, what happens at expiration if the price of the stock falls below your strike price? And here's what you said. You said, okay, if it falls below my strike price, I will make a profit. That is not right. That is not right at all. You will not make a profit. You, in fact, on your options trade, will be losing money. But you will have a lower cost basis on your stock because you will be acquiring it for $428 rather than $450. So it has nothing to do with making or losing money. Here's what happens. Here's what you should say. I will be put in stock. I will be put stock. You don't say, oh, I'll have the option to buy 100 shares. You don't got no option. If you are the seller of an option, your options are gone. They will force the shares down your throat and give them to you. It ain't that you have an opportunity or the option to buy 100 shares. Oh no, they will force them down your throat. You will wake up on Saturday and you will have 100 shares of SPY. Now, if you didn't change this to -10, or if you didn't change this and it's still -10, then you're going to have 1,000 shares of SPY. So you'll make sure you make that -1. So you're not using too much buying power. So let's see, Tracy. So I completed all this and submitted my trade and my assignment. Now I don't see any change in my buying power and I can't find the trade anywhere. Has this happened with anyone else or is it supposed to go away? Okay, so maybe your trade didn't get filled, right? Maybe your trade didn't get filled. So how would you know? Well, it shows you filled orders today and it doesn't show I have any filled orders, right? So what you would do is click on your account statement and you would do transactions, all. And you want to see, like, here's my trade history. I've got 82 orders in the last 30 days. So I've got all these here, right? So I've got 82 filled orders. So you got to make sure that it shows up in your trade history that you were filled. Okay. So there's a chance, Tracy, that your order never got filled. You may have sent the confirmation, but if you don't hear the little thing sound like it'll go ding, 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 ding. I mean, it makes a little ding, you know, saying bling, it's filled. Then you probably were not filled. Can you show the link to your, yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just, mine, I have nothing as far as trade orders, which I had an issue even getting the account set up. I set it up and then they said, oh, no, you don't have an account.
Oh, wow.
So I'm showing my account summary and there's nothing at all. Nothing that even says not filled or pending or anything like that.
Okay. Okay. So what I want you to do is to go back and do another order, do another one. Okay. And get filled.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you, I don't know where y'all are at, right? A lot of y'all are at work, doing your thing, you know, living your life, while I'm sitting here in my underwear and a shirt that I just popped on. Oh, did y'all notice I shaved and got a haircut? This is my first haircut I think I've got since the coronavirus hit in March of 2020. Beth's been cutting my hair, so I thought she did a great job until I was actually able to get out and get it done. All right, so I say professional haircut. Great clips. Is that we consider that a professional haircut? Well, yeah. Oh man, I love them though. All right, the woman actually wanted me to bring some jelly. So I'm in Oxford, Alabama yesterday. She's like, oh wow, you're from Bowden. That's the home of the jelly. So she wants me to bring some jelly next time I'm down there. Long story. So Tracy, are you at your computer now? Can you do your little trade? A motivating haircut. Evan, send me a Evan, you get an extra point. Okay. Send me an email, say, dude, your hair looks fabulous. You get an extra point. I don't know if y'all noticed or not. I'm not really much about grades. What we've done in academia is that we make things so much about grades that people don't learn. So you sit there and go, well, what if I don't learn? Well, you're screwing yourself, right? This is you. So I'm not here to punish you and to kill you and to make your life horrible. That's not my job. My job is to give you the information. I don't care if you use it or not. Hopefully you're going to use this. So Tracy, I wasn't listening. I was talking to myself. Talk. What'd you say? Are you at a point that you can make your trade right now? And let's make sure you get filled.
Yeah, I can make the trade right now.
Hey, would it be cool, Tracy? Are you at a place where you can share your screen if I allowed you to? And
yeah.
We can walk you through it. How about that, y'all? Look at us. Look at us. Let's see if I can do that. Allow participants to share screen. All right, I'm gonna stop my share. All right, now, okay, so share your screen. Tracy, let's see if we can get you filled. This will be good. Motivating haircut. Evan, what are you doing?
Good. Show us how you do the setup also.
Yeah, this will be good, right?
Using Bobby's settings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is my screen. So I'm in account summary, and this is what I see.
Yeah. All right. Hold on a minute. Let me move you down here. Get you on another screen. Yeah. Okay. So let's see this. This is good, Tracy. Okay, so I see you now. So, wait a minute. Let me close that for a second. Okay, good. All right, now I want you to hit your so you don't have any trades on, none at all.
Mm-mm.
All right, so I want you to go to the trade tab at the top.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, click in. You were going to do Disney, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go closest to 45, 50 days. So I would you're going to find more liquidity in the one that doesn't say weeklies. So, and those are the monthly. So let's do 43 days. Okay, open that up. Aha. So see, here's the problem. There you go. You go make your strikes to all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I want you to identify the 30 delta put. Now, see here, this is really good we're doing that. So see the one that says last and net change up there? You don't have your deltas. So I want you to go to the last, click on, net change. Net change is fine. Go down to the right, down. Right.
Oh, down here.
No, up, right there. Now go to the right. It's where it says net change. See it over there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hit that left click. Now, and then let's go, let's see, I'm looking for probability of being in the money. Go down to the bottom one. It says option theoreticals and Greeks. No, on the other tab.
Oh.
And I want you to go probability ITM. There you go. ITM. There you go.
Okay. See, I did all of this before.
Good.
So it's like it's not saving anything.
Okay. Then I'm going to get you to save your setup. Okay. So then I want you to go to last, and let's change that to Delta. So go to option theoreticals and Greeks, and then Delta. Beautiful. Now, before we do this, I want you to go to setup at the top. There you go. Click the cog. And I want you to hit save workspace as.
Okay.
And then Tracy, you can name it. It's whatever you want to name it, right? Tracy's workspace. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. Now she finds the 30% probability of being in the money.
So about right here.
There she is. Now hit the bid or the ask.
The bid.
The bid. There you go. Hit that. Now, see how it gives her, it says -10 down there in the bottom. So you're going to have to hit the plus button to get it to 1. Now, we need to change that so your default is 1. So we call that Johnny 1 lot, right? We're going to do 1 lot, not 10. Yeah, okay, to 1. There you go. Beautiful. All right, now I want you to hit the confirm and send button.
Okay.
Okay, this is what she takes a screenshot of, right? She's going to take a screenshot of that. Now hit the send button again.
Okay.
Beautiful. And now we wait. Now we wait. Nothing. Okay, so you're in a very liquid product, Disney. So now I want you to go to your monitor tab. So this is good that everybody sees this. All right, now, do you see where it says working orders? Let's see, where is that working order? Yeah, order history. Kind of click on that. Okay, so that's a working order. So I want you to right click anywhere on that red line, right click. And I want you to go cancel replace. So if we were receiving $3 and they didn't fill it there, we've got to make it less advantageous to us, right? So now you need to go maybe go 299 or 298. Try 298. There you go.
Okay.
Now do confirm and send. Now we want the ding. Everybody pull for the ding. Now hit the ding. Hit the send button again.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. See if we get the feel. I'm listening for the ding. And maybe you don't have your audio shared. Did it ding or not? No, it says sale. And it's
No, it hasn't dinged.
Okay, so let's see. We're getting the thing. Okay, I want you to right click on it again. Cancel replace. Let's walk it back a few more cents. And sometimes we get this where we're not getting something. Go 295. Okay, confirm and send. And send. Sold.
There we go.
Did you hear the ding?
Yep, I heard the ding.
Okay, we didn't hear your ding because you didn't have the thing, but that's what you should, y'all. We're waiting for the ding, y'all. We need to get the ding ding.
Okay.
So now she's got a thing. Now, so watch. So now on your monitor tab, do you see where it says symbol Disney? So you have lost $9. See where it says P&L on your open? Go down just a little bit. There you go.
Okay.
So you're down $14. You're down 4.73%. What a sucky trade, Tracy, that you've already made. You're already down $9. You're down $14. What were you thinking?
This is like looking at my actual trading account.
That's right. Okay. So let's see now. So everything looks good. So your P&L day down $14 on the year. It took $2,000 margin. Okay, so good. So that is good. Okay, so I want you to stop sharing. Okay, so that's kind of cool, right? How she did that. Does anyone else need that kind of help that would go into your account when we do that? I think that's very helpful.
That was very helpful to watch.
Dana, yeah, she said I sounded like Rick and Bubba. I love Rick and Bubba. As a matter of fact, did you know that I won? Y'all like this story. Let's take a mental break because that was a lot of work right there, and we don't ever get too stressed out about anything. I know y'all think this is Jack Daniels. I promise it's sweet tea. Milo's, by the way, in a mason jar. All right, we don't get too stressed out about anything, but Rick and Bubba were having a contest one day. Elton John, can you imagine, was coming to Birmingham when you know what an Elton John geek I am. So Rick and Bubba had a contest, and they were having people call in and sing their favorite Elton John song. Y'all, I did a trilogy. I did 3 of them. I did like a what do you call that? I did a whatever. I did a mix, and I was doing all 3 of them. And after I got finished singing, Rick said, "Bobby, that sounded like Hank Williams Jr. singing Elton John." And I was so happy because, at the end of the show, they gave me the ticket. So it was so cool. I got to see Elton John. All right. Why do they default strikes to just a few? Are those close to in the money? Yeah, those are closer to being in the money. Exactly. Let's see. Is there a way to bring that information back up if she didn't screenshot? Yeah, you could go to your order tab, right? And you could click on, like if you put your order in and you don't have it, all you got to do is right click on the trade tab, or not on trade tab, on your monitor tab, do your field orders and right click on it and go create duplicate order. That's how you can do it. Before she logs off, can we watch her import your settings? Mashup. Awesome. Yeah. Hey, Tracy, why did you quit sharing your screen, girl? What's up with you?
I'm sorry, I thought you told me to.
I did. I was just seeing if you were paying attention. All right. Bring it back up, girl. Let's see what we got going on. Let's try it again. Someone wants to see you import my my thingamajig.
I do, and I don't see. Did you post a link for it? Because I don't see it.
It's in the chat. You have to open the chat up on Zoom. There should be a little chat button at the bottom. See that?
I see the chat, but I don't see the link.
Really? Hold on.
Anybody else? And I'm not drinking even sweet tea.
You ain't got the sweet
tea. The link is not in the chat.
Oh, no wonder. It says I sent it to Catherine directly. Aha. Oh, behave. All right. Let me change that. So I'm going to go to everyone in the meeting. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Y'all are on it. I love it. All right, here we go. Control V. Now see if you can see it. How about that?
Got it.
All right, Tracy, you know I was just joshing with you, right?
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. All right, let's dealing with my own family here. Unbelievable. All right, so what I want you to do is to right click on that link that I just shared in chat, select all, and then, well, no, don't do that. Just highlight that entire link, just highlight it. We could probably double click it. You got me saying, oh, behave. My fiance is like, where did I get that? And where does that come from? I don't even know that I do that. Oh, behave. That's, what is that? There's
Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, y'all, there's two. Look at that gem you got there. Bring that back up. How'd you get that? You can't hide money. Who was that did that? Who had the gem in the background?
That's me, Bobby. Doug.
Oh, my Doug. You can't hide money. Doug, is that your own gem?
That's my home gym. I like Chick-fil-A sandwiches too, Bobby.
I like it, baby. I love it. I love it.
I was dying when you were calling Beth highbrow because of she wouldn't eat McDonald's.
Oh, yeah. She got those expensive tastes. She got those.
Okay, because it's gross.
Oh man. All right. Oh, there's two movies that I've ever walked out of in the theater. And I'm one of those, if I don't get there and I don't see the opening scene, I got to be there like I'm paranoid about it. If I go into a movie and it's 30 seconds in, I'll walk out. And I've had to get my money back. And I said, I'm going to have to come back. It was 30 seconds into the movie. So I'm like, I got to see this from the beginning. But there's two movies I walked out of. And this is the most horrible movie I've ever seen in my life. Bridges of Madison County. Unbelievable, with Clint Eastwood and what's her name? Meryl Streep. Unbelievable. And I don't know. Actually, I walked out of that movie. That was the most horrible movie I ever saw. And I was like, I got to get out of here. The second movie that me and Beth walked out on was Austin Powers. She looked at me. She said, I am not watching this stuff. And I thought, there she goes highbrow again. She can't take the humor part of it. Because if it's not a Lifetime movie where some man is, doing something ugly to a woman or hitting a woman or butt diddling a kid or something, they don't have a Lifetime movie, right? And so Beth likes these sad, sappy Lifetime movies where the man's the evil person and all this stuff. We walked out of Austin Powers. And since then, I love it because, oh, behave. Huh? All right, what were we doing? Oh, hit your little cog up in the top, Tracy. Hit your little cog up on setup. Sit in the right hand. There you go. Now, I want you to go open shared item. And Control V for Vaseline or Victory or Velamint or Vitamin. Control V. Did it do it? I didn't see it do it.
No, hold on. I don't think I copied.
Come on, Tracy. Hold it together, girl. We're all watching you.
Losing it.
Hey, listen, I've already lost it, so no problem, right? Okay, set up. Open shared item. Yep. And there you go. Now click import. Now let's see if your stuff looks better. All right. Now go to your chart page at the top. Charts. Let's see what your charts looks like. You should have everything I have now. It's just taking a while. Well, that doesn't look good. Go over to the right. See where that little square box is on the right under the setup. Yeah, click on that. See if it gave you my zero ZTE thing. No, it didn't give you all my stuff.
I fiddled with it some. I think what you have to do is go to the deer, the little setup icon with a deer, flip that, and then see down at the very bottom how it says from Tash Open on Feb 3rd, flip that, and it might restart the program.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Hey, who said that, by the way? Who was talking there? I mean, you deserve an extra.
Yeah,
point
I'll take
that.
2 extra points for that.
Kyle, I mean, send me the email, baby. You know the deal. All right. What if there was a course? When I was a professor, I was, what if I created a course that students couldn't actually fail unless they just didn't do it, you know? That's what we've got here. Now go to your chart tab. We'll see what that looks like. Hey. It looks good to me. Look at that. You got all the stuff I got. Now, what you want to do is you want to save this workspace, right? So let's save it again. Tracy, okay, go back to your setup.
Okay.
Up a little bit more. Here you go. Yeah, save workspace as. And you can call this Tracy too, if you want to, you know. Keep it the same thing. I'd call it something so you know what it is. Look at us, y'all. We have learned a lot of stuff. Okay. So name it whatever you want to name it, or you can, there you go, Tracy 2. Okay, good. And if you want to just name it Tracy, it'd say, hey, are you sure you want to replace it? And then it would have replaced it for you. So if you didn't want to mess up. So now let's go to your trade tab and see what your trade tab looks like now. Let's see how much money Tracy's losing too after we look at the trade tab. Just want to look at the trade tab.
All of it. I'm losing all of it.
All right, now go and try to sell another option, and let's see if it even changes your default. Because my default is, so go down again to 43 days or 45, around in there somewhere. It doesn't matter. Okay. And try to sell another option. I just want to see if it automatically now will change your default contract number to 1. Because I'm hoping you got everything that I got now. And then just click on the bid of 1 down there at the bottom somewhere. It doesn't matter which one. Let's just see if your contracts is now 1. Yeah, that's fine.
Left click.
Left click. Left click. And your contracts is still 10. All right, I got to figure out. We'll figure out how to change that. We'll change everybody to do Johnny 1 lot. I mean, we could do it right now, but it'd just take me a while to find it because it's been so long since I've changed mine. So I have some accounts where I trade, bigger lots, some accounts where I trade 1 lots. I'm really comfortable though, just keeping everything at 1 so that I don't overly trade. All right, questions. I think that was good. Tracy, dude. Tracy, you got to send me an email, right? Say, dude.
I'll send you an email.
Yeah, hit me up with some points. I did all this stuff for you today, and you didn't have to do much of anything. All right, who's got a question about that? I think it's good. I think we all learned a lot here. Right? How to open it up so y'all's stuff looks like my stuff. We got to change the default thing. And hopefully now if I sell that put, what happens? Now, I'm interested to know, hey, how are y'all doing on your trades? Anybody making money? Anybody losing money? Anybody want to give me a little report on how they're doing?
That's what I was going to ask about actually, is how do I assess? I was able to put in and sell my put last week, but I'm not exactly sure how to read and interpret what's going on with it right now.
Okay. So, Kyle, can you share your screen?
I cannot. I'm using Zoom on my iPad and I have the software up on another computer.
Okay, no problem. Since Tracy's working for us already, Tracy, go back to your monitor tab. Okay, left click there. Now, let's see. Position statement. Okay, now this is really, really important and y'all are not going to understand it, but I want you to do it. Let me just show y'all this with the explanation to come. Do you see where go down just a little bit where it says beta weighting? And this is, we need to beta weight your deltas. That way, when you have more than one position, it kind of shows apples to apples rather than, you know, not being able to compare everything that you have. Y'all, what I will show y'all with this beta weighting is going to blow your mind. I mean, it really is. And you're going to go, oh my gosh. So you're telling me I can compare being in Apple to being in SPY to being in Zoom to being in Walgreens? Oh yeah. So I want you to type in right there, beta weighting. I want you to type in SPY. We're going to beta weight everything to the S&P 500, hit enter. So her delta's changed from $24. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's fine. SPY, just, you can just get out of it. Yeah, that's it. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, just hit, there you go. Now, see where it says her deltas are 9.24? So check it out. What does that mean? Okay, number one, I want you to now uncheck the beta weighted box, and I want you to see what her delta's changed to. So now it's 9.24. Everybody sees that. Now uncheck them. Now it says her deltas are 24, right? So now beta weighted again, to click the beta weighted. You always want to beta weight your deltas to SPY. So check this out, Tracy. You say, what is the relationship of my one put that I've sold in Disney? What kind of relationship is that to the S&P 500 to SPY? I can tell you exactly what the relationship is. Look at this. Delta tells us so much. Delta tells me, Tracy, that the position that you have on Disney is the equivalent to you owning 9 1/4 shares of the SPY. Isn't that cool? So why is that important? Well, we're going to talk about hedging. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. Remember, I run a hedge fund, y'all. I'm a hedge fund. I'm one of those evil, greedy capitalists that has a hedge fund that we have investors in, and we run a hedge fund. And I would not know what I was doing if I couldn't compare all the positions in various different underlying stocks, ETFs that I have, if I couldn't compare them. So it's kind of cool that I know that Tracy has right now 9 shares of SPY. That's the equivalent position. So the Apple equals the Apple, right? We're comparing apples to apples. And her Disney put, short put, is the equivalent to her owning 9 shares of SPY. Isn't that cool? So look, here's where it says, so see where it says PLYTD, go put that, go see that, go down a little bit. And right there, see, so she's down $5.50 on the year. This particular position, also to the right, P&L on her open trade is $5.50, go over to the right. And on the day, since it's the first day of her trade, she's down $5.50. And then it shows you her buying power reduction to the right. So any questions on that, Kyle? Does that kind of help you there to see what we've got going on?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, good. So she's got a position in Disney. Now, while we're here, let's just have a little fun with Tracy's account a little bit more. And I want y'all to be able to do this now. So you're open to selling other puts as well. So let's let Tracy go to the trade tab again. Let's do another trade so everybody knows what we're doing. And we're going to let her sell a put in the QQQ. So I want you to type in QQQ. That's the NASDAQ 100. Unleveraged. It's just it's kind of like SPY, but it's for the same thing for the NASDAQ. All right, so QQQ, that's the NASDAQ 100. Great. Hit the enter key, and it'll bring up the options tab for all of that. So let's give it a sec. It's working. All right, go nearest to 50 days and do one of the ones that's in white, like the 43 days, because those are more liquid than the ones in yellow that say weekly. That's a monthly expiration, 43 days. And let's sell a 30 delta put in there. And let's see how we can compare the deltas in this to the deltas in Disney to the deltas in SPY. So remember, when I say delta, I mean probability of being in the money. Y'all just going to catch me on that. So keep going up. So yeah, and that's what one person did. Meg, if Meg is here, Meg, you didn't, your Juice was not worth the squeeze that you took. Meg only got $7 credit. That is not enough credit. So go up to the 30% probability of being in the money. Beautiful. Okay, now sell that one. Left click on the bid. Beautiful. So there you go. She's going to get $704 for selling this put. And yeah, change that to 1. Beautiful. Confirm and send. So let's just look at it before she sends it. So you see the break even. You see the max profit, $704. You see the credit she's receiving, $703. And the buying power reduction is $4,000 something. So hit send. This is a very liquid product. Probably going to get filled here. We'll see. If not, we'll do. And it's good for you to see the cat sort of. There, she sold. See it on the left, and she heard a ding,
Yep.
ding, 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 ding. All right, so now let's go back to your monitor tab, which shows us your positions. Beautiful. Now, look at this. Because their SPY beta weighted to SPY, I can tell you now that she has a very bullish position on, because she has sold a put in Disney, which is a bullish position. She has sold a put in the NASDAQ 100, which is bullish position. And now, Tracy, look at her delta. Go to the right a little bit. Yeah, there. Go down. Her overall deltas are 32. So it's like her Q position is the equivalent of owning 22 shares of SPY, and her Disney position is the equivalent of owning 9 shares of SPY. You add those together, it's like she has a portfolio where she has bought 100 shares of SPY. I'm not 100 shares. It's like she's bought 32 shares of SPY. Now, here's the great thing. You ready for this? Someone tell me what it would cost to buy 32 shares of SPY. Tracy, we got you on the spot. So, Tracy, tell me, how much would it cost you to buy 32 shares of SPY?
It's SPY like $60 something a share.
All right, let's go to the trade tab. So this is good. We'll figure this out. So trade. All right. So do you see up top? Now, I want you to type in SPY. SPY. Tracy, you ever thought about being a professor one day? You'd be great at it.
Oh, well, thank you.
All right. So SPY, look at the top. See, it says 450.10 up there. See it in the red? Look at the red up there. Red, keep going. Yeah, right there. Last 450.11. Or you can go up to the same line as SPY. It's got it in big green letters, 450.12. All right. So someone take 450 times 12. I'm bad at math, and multiply it by 32. 450 times 32. What is that?
About $14,400.
Yeah, 450 times 32 is exactly 14,000, 1,400. So yeah, what her position is now is the exact same thing virtually as if Tracy had gone out and bought $14,400 worth of stock, not options, of SPY. So her buying actual shares of SPY. Now I want you to go back to your monitor tab and let's see how much buying power it's taking to have an equivalent position. Go all the way over to the right, buying power. And your total buying power reduction is what? 7,568.57. Half. Now, do you see the power of options, ladies and gentlemen? So, think about it. She could have spent $14,000 to buy 32 shares of stock, so to have an equivalent position in these options. But no, Tracy knows the secret that they don't tell y'all in college. She knows the secret that they don't tell you in investments classes. She knows that she can go out and build her a portfolio of other stuff and kind of figure it out, on her own while only using $7,000 worth of buying power to sell stuff that she could have spent $14,000 worth, and they're paying her for doing it. How much premium did you receive today? Well, I can see her filled orders up there, filled orders, 2 orders go up with the red lines there. So I know that she she has received $722 because that was the price you sold it for. Multiply it times 100, right? And you received 200 and is that 96? Yeah, 296. So Tracy has received $1,000 today. Somebody in the marketplace has paid our friend Tracy, who's becoming a shrewd trader and investor. They have paid her $1,000 to have an equivalent position that she would have had to expend $14,000 to have. Y'all see how great this is? God, they don't tell you this. Why do they not tell you this? They don't know. So Tracy, how does it feel that you've got an equivalent position on that would have cost you $14,400? But rather than you going out and buying $14,400 of SPY, they paid you $1,000 to have an equivalent position. How you feel, girl?
I feel like I just stole money and I'm not sure it's legal.
I have, if you ever want to look on, I have written a presentation called How to Legally Rob a Bank. How to legally rob a bank. And that's what we're teaching you to do. Tracy has gone out and she has done something that is equivalent to her paying out $14,400. And she could have said, man, I want to use that $14,400 to do something else. What if you had to spend $14,000 on something, Tracy? What would it be?
Trip to Disney.
Trip to Disney. Hey, that's where Beth and I went on our anniversary. We try to go every 2 years. Oh, I love Disney. I'm all about it. You know why I love Disney? Because all the rides are poo friendly. You know what poo friendly means? For those of us that are, how shall I say, a little bit on the tubby side.
So if the market goes down and she actually has to buy these shares of Disney, she's got to have the cash available to do it. And if she doesn't, how much time is she going to have to cover this? Because this is a real purchase that she's obligated herself to, right?
Yeah. So when you sell
on paper, but yeah,
when you sell, remember you don't have all the neat little stuff that the option buyers have. They get the prerogative to do stuff. You get the obligation to do stuff. So yeah, and we'll talk about that. So this is the difference. You remember when I asked you guys to sign up for your account? I said, make sure you apply. And I don't know, it's been so long since I've done a paper account. So that's why it's good having Tracy to show us the stuff. You remember I told you to make sure it's a margin account?
Right, which is like a loan from the brokerage, right?
Yeah, but the cool thing is we don't have to pay for margin when you're trading options. Like if you're trading stock and you're using margin to trade stock, they charge you interest for doing that. You don't have to do that with options. That's a great thing. So in other words, if she had sold in a cash secured account, so not a margin account, and she sold a 421 put in SPY, how much money would she have to have in her account to do that? If she sold the 421, she would have to have $42,100 in her account to sell that option.
Right.
That's why you and I like to have margin accounts, because we get margin. Now, Zach, there's something even better than this. When your account gets over like 150,000 or so, you can have portfolio margin. Portfolio margin is even better. So she's having to put up, go back to your buying power effect, Tracy, on the very right of the screen. She's having to put up $7,500 or so, with my eyes, I got to get down there, $73.96 in margin for this account. So that means if she had a $10,000 account, she only has what, $20-something hundred left that she could trade because she's used all of her buying power.
Okay.
But in this $100,000 account, she's still got $93,000 that she can trade, right? So that's so yeah, if you're in a cash account, you've got to have the cash to buy all 100 shares.
If you're selling, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you get assigned, that's why I don't like cash. But you will hear people out there, if y'all follow any trading and investment things, you'll hear them talking about CSPs. A CSP is nothing more than a cash secured put, right? That's what a cash secured put is. I don't like cash secured puts because I want to put my money better used. And Tracy's already shown us how she can do better than buying 32 shares of SPY, because she's only using $7,000 of buying power. They paid her $1,000, and she has the equivalent of owning 14,400 shares of SPY. It's almost like Tracy has entered a new realm of possibility where she goes, I cannot believe they're paying me to take this risk to provide insurance to the people that are buying the puts that I'm selling. And she's legally going out and robbing a bank. Now, y'all, is it this easy to make money? And on this first day, you're saying, oh man, this is easy. All right, this is easy. We got it. I am the stuff. We never think that we're the stuff. I don't think that I'm the stuff. There is more for me yet to learn than what I already know, except I'm the only one that'll tell you that. Most people say, well, I know it all. And if they don't know, they'll get up in front of you and fake it until they figure out the answer. If I don't know something, I'm just going to tell you I don't know it. Because there's a lot more that I got to learn than I already know. But I know enough that I can go in here and I can knock on the door of Mr. Market, kill the dinosaur, drag its dead, bloody carcass back to the cave and feed the family. So that's where we got to get you at.
Can I ask a quick question, Bobby?
Sure.
If you look at this and so I don't know if we could go back to like the trade tab and look back at
Sure.
some bid and ask prices for puts.
Uh-huh.
So if you scroll, like just open any of these, open up maybe the 22 February.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the ones that are like, that have that like insanely low probability of being in the money. So like scroll back up and, just pretend that you were gonna bid on a put there, like sell a put. That first one that's like a penny, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Or any of these, right? So click it and like say confirm send, but we're not actually going to make the trade, right?
Right.
So, and then if we review this one, right?
All right, so Tracy, hit confirm and send once. Uh-huh.
And let's just review it. Like looking at like both polar opposites. So here it's got like, what did it say? Like a 0.13% chance of being in the money. Mm-hmm. But it looks like, you're only going to make $10,
yep.
But the max loss is insane, but Disney would have to, or whatever it is, would have to go to like the floor, right? For you to actually have to like make good on it. It seems like a free $10 almost, right? Because that's not gonna happen. So as long as there's a taker out there, this almost looks like a free $10. I know I'm thinking about it the wrong way, but am I starting to connect the pieces?
You are. The problem is the juice is not worth the squeeze. And that's what I was
exactly
to tell Meg. Risk. So Meg sold a QQQ option, if memory serves me correctly, and she only received $7 for it. I ain't taking risk on any trade and making $7. I gotta make $100 at least on anything.
So let's slide up the spectrum then. Instead of like 0.13, let's go up to like a 10 or 15% chance.
Okay.
Right?
Let's go up to about 10 or 15. Good. So hit the delete key down there at the bottom next to confirm send. There you go. So we'll go up to 10 or 15% probability of being in the money.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to hijack it. I just think that this is.
Hey, Tracy, okay. You don't mind, do you, Tracy? Tracy's like, dude, I'm getting extra points. I don't care.
Yeah. So now you're getting $2 for every one of these. So it ought to be closer to like $2,000 bucks or $200, right?
Yep.
Instead of 10.
So click that one and do confirm and send.
So, I was right, 2,000. So now you're making about $2,000. I mean, the loss is still insane, but like, again, for this to be actually happen to you, the market price would have to go all the way down to what, 421.
Yeah.
Well, the way that I've thought of it is that this whole selling to put makes a lot of sense for us because we were going to buy the shares anyway. So that's why it is practical for us to take.
Exactly. So you're bringing up a very point. What I'm telling you about the selling of the puts is if you're naturally bullish and you're saying, man, I'm going to buy me 100 shares today, never do that. Sell a put, make some money on it so you can go see Elton John. And then if you don't get assigned the shares, do it again next month. And do it again next month.
Guess my earlier question to Kyle's point was, at some point, if you're doing this, some part of you is okay with actually pulling the trigger and making this purchase. So trading on margin is all great, but like at some point you're going to actually have the cash. You actually have to have the cash, right, to make good on all this.
Yes, if you were going to be put those shares, yes.
Yeah. But I guess in this scenario, you'd have $2,000 to help you out with it.
Yeah, you got $2,000 that's, you know, paying you and you're going to keep. Now, okay, we'll see you, Evan. Take care. And don't forget for my hair compliment that you get the extra point. Although, look where I slept on it last night. That is unbelievable. So, yeah, we're going to show you how to manage these next. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to say, you know what? What if I don't want to sell a put, but I don't want the shares? What do I do then? So we're going to show you all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's, y'all, I cannot wait. I need to talk to Dr. Nelson and say, man, we need an investments 2 class too, right? So, I mean, we just keep it going. So we get investments 1, we get investments 2. There's so much to learn. I hope we get it all in this semester. Well, and keep in mind, learning always continues. You're always going to learn, even once you got your PhD and you think you the stuff, right? And you think, man, I'm God's gift or whatever. And then you realize nobody's God's gift or whatever. We're all learners. We're lifelong learners. All right, this has been a great exercise. Before you go, I do want to tell one more thing about your group projects, which don't have to be group projects. You can do that on your own. But I'm going to extend the deadline for you to get those in. We'll move that out for an additional week. Mel told me, he said, Bobby, it's taking me an hour to do 1 year. I got to do 10 years. So it's going to be a 10-hour, project.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
Can I share my screen real quick? I want to show something that I did that I think may make it a lot easier. It's pretty simple.
Absolutely. So Tracy, if you'll quit sharing your screen, let's see what Doug's got.
Got a lot of stuff open there. But anyways, when you're going through the example, you're calculating this cash with the stock value, a lot of manual calculations, a lot of room for error. I just created a little formula here so it adds it up, and then I just copy it and then paste special values only over here on this. And I found that it sped the process up dramatically, especially if there wasn't any action that was needed to be done.
Good. I'll tell you what, why don't you, Doug, send that to me in an email, and then I'll upload it for everybody. So, and let's highlight that last cash, list cash plus SB. Can you go through like the next month and show us what happens? Can you can you take control and, look at this, Doug in the gym.
Oh,
baby.
Yeah. I'm thinking some bonus points here, baby.
Bonus points galore, baby. Send me the email.
All right. So here's the problem I got. I got to find the tab that, all right. So right there, 115. So sorry, guys, I'm going to be flipping a lot, but
now see what'll happen though is Doug comes up with this, right? So next semester, when none of y'all are in here, I'll say, yeah, I came up with this. And, so Doug, you need to put a little thing on there like that protects it or file a patent or something.
All right. So it's 3.77. I'm probably going to have to sell is the problem, or, no action. So that's perfect, right?
Okay, good. Yeah.
So then all I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I created this where it adds this, the last cash plus the stock value, and it sums right here. Yep. So then I go to this, I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going over to the net lick. And then I want to do paste special values only. And then this is weird. It may be because I have a Mac and not what do you call the other kind? I have a Mac, but anyways, I got to do space bar down.
Look, I got you. I know what you're doing. You're one of those.
It's not my computer. Anyways, if I hit enter, it gets all jacked up. But if I just hit the down arrow, it works perfect every time.
Oh, that's great.
So
that's great. That'll help everybody out.
You can fly through it because there's a lot of times I'm about halfway through that there's no change. So it makes it real quick.
Doug, what do you mean no change? Show me, what do you?
Well, I mean, there's no action required. So if there's no action required here where it doesn't say take an action, you can it's automatically going to update the total and you can just cut and paste it over. If there's action required, then you're going to have to do some adding and subtracting on last cash, but that's probably maybe my experience, maybe 20% of the time, Bobby. Is that about right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. And look at the cool thing, y'all. Here's what I love about this. Here's what I love about the Lucello algorithm. Look how much cash dude's got over on the left.
So I'm glad you brought that up, because me personally, I'm like, it's a lot of money that's not in the market. It just seems it's counterintuitive the way I think, Bobby. So I've really struggled with this.
Okay, well, but let's look at this. And this is great. So you've got a cash cow now, right? I mean, look at you. You have printed an ATM machine over on the left that has converted shares to cash. Doug, what are you going to do the next time the market has a corona crash in March 2020?
I got it. I get it. It's just.
But you see how beautiful it is.
Make the stock price like $3.15 and see what it looks like.
Yeah, make the stock price like, $1. I mean, what it was, cut it in half. Let's say the current stock price under D2 goes to, $1.50.
You got the cash available to capitalize on that.
Oh my gosh, man. I mean, you see that? You're going to buy 12. Do y'all see how, y'all don't understand this. I hope you see this, okay? You, with a little bit of discipline and a little bit of math, are going to create great wealth within this lifetime.
It's like when a company is looking to, acquire, they'll build up a war chest. Maybe they'll sell off a couple other divisions and they'll stack up cash. And you're looking at all the cash and saying, "Wow, they ought to be doing something with that." They're going to when the time's right.
Yeah. And you are going to have the war chest sitting on the side that says, "Hey, baby, when this stuff goes, I'm in. And that's why I built that quarterly rebalance for you too. Lucello never rebalanced, so he never had to worry about rebalancing. But if you wanted to, you could rebalance if at an appropriate time, right? So let's say you don't get a signal on or whatever. I mean, you can go in and say, "Man, I got so much cash, I need to rebalance." I got 80% cash. I'm only 20% invested. So, it's kind of like I want to remove the art from investments. I like to replace it with the science, but I can't fully take the art out because there's times when you go, "Oh my gosh, the market's down 20% today. I got to use some of my cash to go in today," right? I mean, there's just these gut-wrenching moments when everybody else is screaming that you're going to have that cash to go in. And is it hard? It is if you don't have a logical sequence of how this is going to work out. You got to know. So I wake up in the morning, the market's down. Do I care? No, because I know that algorithmically, mathematically, statistically, there's something for me to take. So like I told my previous class earlier today, my problem is Bobby Genius gets in the way. Bobby Genius is my worst. I mean, he's my adversary, and I fight against Bobby Genius every day because Bobby Genius thinks he knows more than the average cat. And Bobby Genius is the one, remember, who, I don't know if I told y'all this, I went into the goat business back in the 90s because my friend came to me and said, "Bobby, we're going to make a fortune on goats. We need to go in the goat business." I said, "Why?" He said, "The Cuban people love goat meat." And I said, "You don't say." But we don't eat it. I don't eat goat, right? That's not on my diet. But he told me that the Cubans loved it. Well, that's all I needed to know. I said, "Man, we got a market. We're going to sell all these goats to the Cubans." Bobby Genius stepped in and said, "Man, we got us a business." All right, so we bought thousands of dollars worth of goats, and fencing and posts and all kinds of stuff and feed. And then I looked at him one day and I said, now where are we going? How are we going to sell these goats to the Cubans? So I started looking about where can I get close to the Cuban people? Hell, you can't send a goat to Cuba. There's an embargo. And you think I'm going to drive my damn truck and trailer down the streets of Miami going to Cuba to sell my goats downtown Miami? I didn't think about it. And I don't know about the Cuban, my daughter's from Guatemala, right? So I don't know of any other people that eat, goats like around here's not a big thing. And to my knowledge, there's not like in this little tiny town of Bowden that we have a huge Cuban population. So I had all these goats and nobody to buy them because I can't ship a goat to Cuba. So send it out, Ishwana, for another week, 220. And keep in mind, you know, hey, you in the military, right? I saw you with your outfit on, and we appreciate your service. And if you can't get it in by that date, that's fine. You got to understand, though, I want you to do the work. I want you to learn. It's just that I'm trying not to make it. I don't need to complicate your life. I don't want anybody in here jumping off buildings, crying, squalling, and doing all that kind of stuff. Hey, this is not what life's about. Life is about making a meaningful difference. It's about listening to music. It's about standing out in the sun. It's about spending time with family and friends. And it's about enlightening our minds, challenging our hearts. That's what life's about. So I don't really ever get you to a point that you're so stressed. Look at that hawk. If you get my chicken, I will blow your brains out, you little joker. Anyway, so I never want to overcomplicate your life to where you're stressed and go, I can't do this. Y'all got to know that.
Hey, Bobby,
Doug.
Has there been any analysis on if you do this quarterly versus monthly, how much of a difference it makes? I know from a homework assignment, it would be a lot more appealing to do it quarterly.
I like that, Doug. I like that. Quarterly instead of monthly.
But I mean, from a performance perspective, how much of a difference does it make?
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to find that big of a difference. And that's why I want you to tailor it to yourself. What we're going to do before we get out of this class is I'm going to have you develop a very simple plan for your investment future. So you need, every one of us need to have a written plan. So your plan needs to be, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Step 2, I'm going to do this. And you should be able to put it on one page, right? Here is my plan. So what I would like to see you go, Doug, is look, man, I got a gym behind me. I got all this weight and workout equipment. Hey, that's more important to me than investing. And I don't want to be a nerd like Bobby and on here every day, trading every day, over trading, overcomplicating, all this kind of garbage. I just want to look at it once a month. Then look at it once a month. And if you'll remember, Lucello talks about this. Lucello said, you know, there's not really much that difference between doing this quarterly and doing it monthly. Yeah, it's not that big of a difference. How often do you want to look at it? And the cool thing is, I built you a spreadsheet that you can look at it daily. I mean, that's the cool thing. I built you a spreadsheet. Once we get all of your investment goals set up, that you can click refresh stock price at any moment, and it will give you the current stock price and the current action that you need to take. How often do you want to open that spreadsheet? Once a month, once every 2 weeks, once a quarter, once a year? Make it easy on yourself. I don't think it's going to make that significant amount of difference.
Awesome. Quarterly just seems more appealing to me.
Yeah, because you're sitting there, man, I don't want to, who wants to study the markets all that? Y'all, I used to do, have y'all heard of the 0 DTE trades, to where these people on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays will go into SPX and they'll trade the big SPX options? Man, I was doing that for a while. I couldn't pee. I sit there and I said, Beth, I'm going to kill myself because I had to have my sweet tea and my Diet Coke and Dr. Peppers and stuff. And I was sitting there going, I can't leave the screen. Because I can't go downstairs to the bathroom because I got to be up here watching the 0 DTE trade. Who wants that? Tell you what I like doing. I like being at the beach. I like being at the pool. I like looking at, you know, at the park, opening my little phone, seeing how my account's doing. Yeah, I'm going to trade 12 times a year. Yeah, I'm going to trade, 4 times a year. Whatever. Time in the market is better than timing the market. So don't worry about the timing aspect of it. Just let the algo work. Lucello did it monthly. I'm forcing you guys to look at it monthly. You want to look at it quarterly? Look at it quarterly. Y'all gonna be fine. And it's exciting.
So in that vein, where asking a sensible question, does changing the amount of times you go into the program have a measurable outcome? Maybe it doesn't, right? Is there an important difference between having like a 50-50 stock cash split at the beginning or going 70-30? I'm just kind of wondering. I've been thinking about that. I'm like, I wonder if there's some, if that makes a big difference in the long run.
Yeah,
if you're not.
And here's what I would say to you guys on this, okay? What is your risk tolerance? So people would never believe that I am a risky person. Man, let me tell you something. Y'all know about my past. Y'all know, hey, man, I've risked everything. I mean, I do some crazy stuff. But in a lot of ways, I'm very, very conservative. But when it comes to trading and investing, I take risks because I realize, the money belongs to the risk takers. So I have a higher tolerance for risk than most of you. Now, I don't know, Kyle, where you're at on your reading journey, But Lucello starts out with 50-50. And then he says, wait a minute, I think you can do 80-20 on this. 80% in your stocks, 20% in your cash. So we're going to talk about some other aspects. I mean, you're going to, by the end of this, I want you to come up with your risk tolerance. And you may be saying, fine, 50-50, baby. I'm going to be 50% in this and 50% in that. And, you know, based on your risk tolerance. And all of you will have a different little program when we get out of here. You're all going to have your own little way that you're going to control the world and be the next, you know, whatever, and to acquire your wealth. And your risk tolerance may change. So while I'm right now 70% stocks, 20% bonds, 10% cash, you know, you may be very, very different from that. So we'll talk about that, where that allocation needs to be for you. I think the great thing is you're going to find that knowing when to buy and knowing when to sell algorithmically is going to take your emotions of fear and greed out of it, and envy. You know, where you're envying the guy next door because they're driving the, you know, Mercedes, and you've got a 2011, you know, Nissan Rogue with bird crap on the top and a dented in ceiling because your kids are, you come outside and your kids are jumping on top of your car like they do mine. Oh, good. So Dr. D wanted me to share that, and Shantae has shared it. So it's there in this chat for anyone to copy. Now, this has been very great. I just hope y'all are enjoying this. I hope y'all are seeing the possibilities of what we're doing. You know, is this for everybody? Probably not, but you're going to leave this class with a lot of knowledge. And you may have so much that it's going to be hard for you to get down to your plan. Remember, your final little plan that you're going to give me is just a one little page that you're going to keep on your phone, in your notes, on run, and you say, this is what I'm going to do month in, month out to make my wealth. And that's it. We're going to make it really, really simple. So it's been a great, great, great class today. Thanks for everybody who participated, who shared. Any questions before I go for the day? Got to go eat me some Chef Boy, or let's say, what is it? Chef Boyardee macaroni? No, Chef Boyardee spaghetti meatballs in the can. I don't warm them up. I like them cold. Boy, that's some good stuff. With my glass of sweet tea. All right, I will see y'all Tuesday.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.